Hey, 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 welcome to Lunch Break with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Canada. You can find me on Facebook and YouTube under Stamp with Shel, and you can reach me anytime by email at stampwithshel2022@gmail.com. Today we are going to be having a play with the iconic dies. This is a set of dies that's a standalone die set. There's no stamps that go with it. And this is in the annual catalog. I've paired that today with the well-written dies for my greeting. I figured if we're going to make a card that's all about die cuts, we're going to stay with the die cuts. So that's where you see this friend. That is the well-written dies. All right, I also brought in an embossing folder so that I could emboss my art panel. You can use any embossing folder, it doesn't matter which. I also used a white gel pen to color these little flowers, and that flower comes from the bow punch. This is from the bow punch, this is from the bow punch. The rest of it is from the iconic dies. Okay? So we're going to see how we can go about it. And I just, as you can tell, went into my scrap bin. I did not bother to go in and use new cardstock for any of this. This was in my scrap bin. This is the only piece of cardstock that I'm using that I actually cut, and that's for my card base in basic white. So we're going to get started. We are going to put our adhesive on our embossed panel and start off our card. We're just going to center that in the middle of the panel, like so. I'm just going to give that a little back rub until that glue sets up. There we go. We're going to set that aside. Now we're going to bring in this greeting here. When I cut this out, you have to be really careful that you don't lose the dot for your eye. I've done it many times and lost that little dot, and it looks funny. So just, if you're going to replicate this card, be very careful you don't lose your eye. A little more adhesive on here, and we are going to put that, I'm just bending it a little bit as I lay it down so that it kind of sort of takes the shape a little bit. And now I'm going to put a little dot, and I am going to grab my pick tool and we'll sit that in there. And I've got way too much glue, so I'll, whoops, lift a bit up. All right, now I got to get the glue off my fingers. As you can see with these images here, these leaves and flowers, I have layered them up with different colored backings. And I'm going to show you how I did that with this bird. I'm going to take this bird and I'm going to glue it on to this piece of cardstock. And then I'll show you just exactly what I did. Now you're probably saying, oh, look at all that glue. Well, it's Tombow and it will dry crystal clear. So I'm just going to cut this little piece out and show you how easy it was to go around those flowers. The leaves actually had a die cut, the flowers did not. So I just did exactly what I'm doing here now with this little bird, is I just cut around it with my snips. Now, I did not glue those legs because I don't want to cut around them. I'm going to cut under them. Oops, don't break off, little leg. It's very, very fragile there because there's a bend in it. There, I think we got it. And that just gives us a little different color. See how easy that was? All right, now we have this white circle that I think I'm going to put on an angle down here. And then we are going to build our card around it. So there is our greeting. A little bit of adhesive outside here, but I'll take care of that once it's totally dry. All right, so we are going to start building our card. I'm thinking that up here we should have a couple of those. And I'm just going to grab my adhesive and put some dots on these leaves. And we will lay that one in place. And we'll do the same thing with this other one. Like so. All right, that is going to be the base. Now we are going to add, what will we add? Let's put a flower, and I think I'm going to use a dimensional for that because I'm going to want to tuck things in behind it. So we'll put a couple of dimensionals on here. And we'll tuck this flower right down like so. Right? Okay, I think that's it for dimensionals. Now, we're going to need to tuck some leaves in around that flower. So, I think we'll use that one. I don't know if I'm going to use all of these pieces or not. I really don't. I just figured I was in the business of cutting. I might as well cut them all at once. And then we would see what we'll see. We'll stick this one in there. Beautiful. All right, now what shall I do? I think I'm going to tuck this one in under. I think that's what I'm going to do. We'll tuck that in under. There's no right or wrong way to do this. And then I have these little ones that I did with my gel pen. Ooh. Kind of like that idea. Have this little mushroom growing at the bottom in behind that leaf. If I can get it under there. There we go. And then this little guy, maybe we'll save him for the inside. Now, I think I'm going to put this little piece. I broke one of my leaves when I was trying to pull it out of the die, but that's okay. As you can see, I'm able to use that right there. Now, if we had this little bird coming down here to this flower, I think that'd be kind of cool, but maybe we need another little piece of leaf in here. Maybe not that one. How about this one? This is just the other half of it. There we go. Now if we put this little bird right about there, I think I'll put him on a dimensional or two. Holy moly, my fingers are sticky. Can't even get the thingies off. There we go. I'm going to stick him in there like that. Now, I have these little flowers, and I like them because they've got white. They're white, which is going to carry on the theme that we already have going here with the white card base. So if I was to tuck one of those in there, yep, I think I'll do that. Something like that. There we go. Now what am I going to do? I don't think we're going to use those green leaves because we've used these ones. I'm wondering something. I'm going to try something. I don't know what it's going to look like. Kept all these little dots out of heavens. I think that's more bother than it's going to be worth. I was going to put little red dots in the middle of this flower just to bring in that red color, but I think there has to be an easier way to do that with some red. Somewhere I must have some red gems. Thing is, they're going to have to be teeny tiny. I'm digging through my stash here. Sorry guys. I think I'm going to have to go into my retired stuff to find what I'm looking for. And maybe then they're all gone. I don't know. Another way we could have done that, I just thought about this as I'm going through this bucket, is we could have done it on a doily. That would have been kind of cool too, wouldn't it? Alright, I have some red things here happening. All right, let's see which one of these we're going to be able to use. I think those are going to be too big. I'm going to put 3 of these in the middle of this flower, which is going to bring in that red. I'm going to put 1 in the center of this other flower because you can't see anything else anyway. Maybe 2. Now these were those wonderful gems. Those were in the Christmas catalog. And there's some in here that are clear with gold. I'm going to use those as my embellishment on the card. I'm just going to smatter a few of those around and call it a day. There we go. Made use of those retired ones. And there we have it, our all die cut card. Now on the inside, I'm going to put this little wee guy just to say we've got something pretty in there. I'm just going to pop him down in this corner. There we go. So there's something fun on the inside of the card as well. Well, there's a couple of areas that I'm going to need to take my glue eraser to. I think we got them. There we have it. Isn't that pretty? And that's all done with die cuts. And then this one here I colored with the white gel pen. I might bring in, if I can find it. Where did it go? There it is, hiding on me. I'm going to bring in my Wink Stella, and I'm going to sparkle those flowers up, and I'm going to sparkle up my mushroom just to add a little something something. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Love it. There's the other glue spot I missed right here. There we go. Beautiful. And then our inside. All right, thanks so much for stopping by today for Stamp with Shel. I'm here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon. Hope you can stop by again. Bye-bye for now.